The destination is San Benedetto del Tronto.
And in the next 48 hours, this calm coastal town will play host to one of Calcio's fiercest derbies.
Join us as we try to live like locals and take in everything this stunning beachside location has to offer. And we've even given ourselves 3 challenges.
We want to speak to fans. We want to try and buy a Sambenedettese shirt on Derby Day. And we want to try some of the best food the region has to offer.
Sambenedettese against Ascoli. This is the makings of something explosive.
Yeah, it's one of Italy's most passionate derbies, and it hasn't been played in a league setting since 1987.
About 40 minutes away, and we've been warned that it can get spicy. Don't think away fans are going to be allowed in for this game.
No, absolutely not.
We need to get tickets for this one. It is historic. It is a derby that most people probably wouldn't know about.
Yeah.
If they didn't follow Calcio too much. So
it goes under the radar, but it is definitely one of the spiciest derbies in Italy.
Stadio Riviera delle Palme.
Yep, can't wait.
Can't wait. If you're wondering where we are, up in Grottammare, right up above San Benedetto del Tronto, Piazza Peretti. It is symbolic of this time of year how the vibe is quite low at this point.
Yeah.
But this is historic. I mean, you look around, everything's shut right now, but there's a theatre here. There's basically it's another place to come.
Yeah.
If you want to look for another nearby location, all the bars are here in the summertime. This is going to be amazing.
Yeah, it's like a town within a town.
Late 1700s.
Yeah, there's a lot of history here.
The morning coffee, we've had that now.
Yep.
It's perked me up a little. What are your first impressions of San Benedetto del Tronto? Bit sleepy at this point of the year?
Yeah, I think like first impressions are it's quiet, but it's obviously this time of the year. You get the summertime, it's a completely different vibe. But
I've been here in the summer. It is buzzing. You'll hear a little bit of traffic. It's almost as if this town at this time is separated into 2 parts, where if you come across the Lungomare, you'll barely find a coffee shop that's open.
Yeah.
A few restaurants are open, but it's just Lido after Lido for what, 7 or 8 kilometers?
Yeah, exactly. It's not too chaotic. It's great for runners, cyclists. We're walking along the Lungomare now. You've got palm trees. It's tranquilo. It's very...
People are still walking along the sand as well. So.
Yeah, exactly.
It's free. The beaches are free.
Yeah, we got
accessible.
We got a bit of sun earlier for 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Okay. Well, what we need to do now is eat.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Andiamo a mangiare.
Let's go, mangiare.
Ristorante Il Grillo, specialità pesce. It's known for its seafood. I can't wait to taste the local zuppa di pesce, fish soup. Let's go in. Oh, that was a spectacular meal, if I've got to say. Look, I had the fish soup as my main. Emmett, you had the tagliatelle?
Yeah, with monkfish and scampi sauce.
Okay, and all the ingredients the waiter explained was caught just behind us in the Adriatic. My fish soup, the guazzetto recipe, was really, really nice. However, for 1/3 of the price, I had the bomboletti, which are the snails, which I haven't had in a long time. They come with carrots and just a really nice, spicy bit of kick to the sauce. That was my favorite here. We drank it with a bit of pecorino, which is local to here. The wine.
A nice little wine. It was beautiful.
Product of Marche as well, and that actually took a bit of the sting away from the spiciness of the sauce. There was a tiramisu and the semifreddo. What do you prefer?
Yeah, the semifreddo, I think there was just more of a flavour to it. Mixed with the chocolate and the ice cream, it was just...
And the tiramisu didn't have not even a smell of alcohol in it. So if you don't want that, perfect.
Yeah.
If you do want it, then don't come here for the tiramisu. But overall, Il Grillo, the Ristorante Chalet Il Grillo, I think was good. We got some recommendations from the waiter as well. And we're going to go check out central San Benedetto del Tronto.
Yeah, we're going to walk off his food.
Andiamo. This is the Santa Maria della Marina Cathedral behind us. It's one of the center points of San Benedetto del Tronto. There's less than 50,000 people that live here.
Yeah, it's like, what, 49,000?
Known for its food.
Yeah.
The Adriatic.
Yeah, the Mare.
The agriculture just outside, because it's a coastal town, and a lot of it is dotted up and down the coast, and inside, the other side of the highway, the other side of the train line, is where a lot of the food is grown. It's where they get the majority of their vegetables, and the meat comes from there.
Yeah.
And so the seafood, that's what we want when we come here.
Exactly.
But you've got the options.
You come to a seaside town, you want seafood.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think obviously now tourism is the main driving factor of the town.
Which is a couple of hundred years old. It's got the Roman history. It's got the Roman stairs.
Yeah.
Not loads of touristy things to do here.
Yeah.
But there's enough, especially when you come for 48 hours.
Yeah, and if you want something a bit tranquil, you know, if maybe you're in Pescara or Ancona and you want something a bit more calm, this is the perfect setting, perfect place to do it.
Yeah, and the perfect place to play for a Sambenedettese victory right behind us. Dinner, evening one, Bianca by Don Franchino, famous here in San Benedetto del Tronto. There's also another one or two of these pizzerias further south. I can't wait. I've heard some good reviews on this.
Yeah, me too. And it's been a long day, David, of sightseeing, of doing things, and now it's pizza time.
It's always pizza time.
Oh,
all right,
let's go. So we've got the Margherita Franchino, which is stracciatella, pomodori and rucola on this side. The other side we've got prosciutto, stracciatella again, and more rucola. So there's not much difference except for prosciutto on this side. It's a low crust, thin, looks delightful.
You ready to tuck into that? I've got the 7 formaggi, 7 formaggi with the fungi, the mushrooms there. Chunks of tuna on this side, half and half. I also went for the San Benedetto this side, and of course local wine, because you know we're in San Benedetto del Tronto.
Yeah, why not?
Buon appetito. This dessert pizza, it's got a bit of ricotta, some nuts, some chocolate. Let's give it a taste. Warm.
Yeah.
Not overly sweet, so it's all about recommendations when you come to some of these places. Sambenedettese, the club themselves, actually sent one of their own recommendations for a late night drink at one of the pubs where the fans go.
Yeah.
Should we go?
Yeah, looking forward to going.
Bon appetit. And at wrapping up day one with a cheeky drink before bed here at the Old Spirit Pub. It's where Sambenedettese, the club, actually recommended for us to come. And this is where you would want to go if you want a drink, a beer, and also a cinziana, which is from Abruzzo, made here locally in Grottammare. It's an Amaro. So cheers to the guy that made this. It's sensational, very strong. But there's plenty to see in terms of the blue and red colours. Sambenedettese, colours everywhere today.
Yeah, exactly. It's a little bit quiet, and also quiet in this pub, but it's because of the derbies tomorrow. The anticipation is building, but this is the place to go if you're coming to see Sambenedettese.
Yeah.
This is the place to be before games.
It's where their fans come to celebrate,
Yeah.
where their fans come to watch those that don't go to the stadium.
Yeah.
We should also mention the bathroom.
Yeah.
That is something to see
Yeah.
when you come to this pub.
Yeah.
Go into the bathroom.
Yeah. If you appreciate football history and football imagery, the bathroom is the place to be.
And with that, buonanotte.
Cheers.
Day 2 and it's sleepy. We're expecting the buzz later on. The beach is only 50 metres that way, but the Lidos are closed.
Yeah.
Today, we're going to go to the club shop, the Sambenedettese club shop.
Yeah, buy some official merchandise.
Then we're going to try and get immersed with the fans, get some of that atmosphere in before the match. It's a 9 p.m.
Yeah,
game.
it's a derby. There's going to be fireworks.
And before we do all this, we need to eat. We need Cibo.
We are hungry.
Abbiamo fame.
Assolutamente.
We need a place that's recommended by locals and where people would eat before the match.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, we've just happened to find one. It's called Cibo as well. Let's go.
Let's go.
I've ordered the risotto alla marinara. That is a seafood risotto dish. You have?
The Caterina al ragu.
And we've got a couple of other things. So they've got land and seafood here, plenty of pizzas. Seafood antipasto, fried olive, and this one's got prawns. Yummy. Emmett, you've got the ragu, I've got the risotto. Look at this. Fresh prawns, look at the mussels.
Yeah, the steam is coming from both our meals.
It is steamy, and the cheese on yours looks delightful. Bit of focaccia. It's a pincer style base that they've got here for their pizzas at this specific restaurant. It's a Roman style pizza. It really is. Sapori del Mare. Everyone loves the Luigi, Emmett, and why?
Yeah, exactly. So the Luigi here is a pizza maker, and he has won 2 trophies in the last 2 years for making pizzolo.
And Mauro, the owner here, he's a supporter, Samba, they say here, and he's given us the inside word on Maletti, which is the local, what do we call this, an amaro, a digestivo, something you drink after you eat.
Yeah, but it's not from here. Where is it from?
It's from Ascoli, which is the arch rival. Ascoli are playing against Samba, but in this is aniseed, and I asked for a very detailed description. Aniseed, alcohol, infused. Cheers.
Infused.
Oh, it's infused. Salute. Just a few hundred meters away from the central part of San Benedetto del Tronto, we've stumbled upon this, Emmett, the Museo d'Arte sul Mare, the Sea Museum, more or less.
Yeah.
There's a whole stack of the museums, and there's rooms that you can pay to enter, but just behind us, along this walkway, about 150 or so pieces of art. You'll see these massive boulders where artists from all around the world, they'll come from South Korea, Turkey, I read Egypt and Greece and Spain, France, everywhere. Ecuador, I saw one.
Yeah.
And they stretch for about, 300-400 meters down the pier?
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing.
All with their art engraved in the boulders.
Yeah,
the
you
rocks.
see all sorts of things there. It's amazing. And you know what? These are the sort of things you stumble upon when you go on these Calcio weekenders or football trips, whatever you want to call them. You want to see stuff like this.
Yeah, exactly. Because, I mean, we've been all over Italy, and I don't think we've ever come across something as unique as this.
Yeah, amazing. Right on the ocean, Adriatic Sea. Love it. Would you believe it, Emmett? We've come all the way here from the stadium where we're staying in that neighbourhood to come to the official Sam shop, and it's closed. And there's a sign that says, we're closed because it's Derby Day. Go to the stadium shop.
Yeah, what are the chances?
What are the chances?
Sometimes this happens. It's a derby.
Siamo in Italia. We recommend get here about 90 minutes before the game because the team bus comes past.
Yeah.
How epic was it?
It was absolutely unbelievable. The ultras were all standing here. They were out in full force. It was spectacular. There was singing. There was flares.
People eating their paninis.
Yeah.
Bus coming past. Flares everywhere. Couldn't even see. Just 50 shades of red.
Yeah.
You see the canister here.
Yeah. It was like a scene from Apocalypse Now.
Thousands of people here. You have to come early to a Samba Ascoli derby. This is third division. A club like Samba that are at the bottom of Serie C.
Who haven't had a win in how long?
1 in 20 they've won, but it is the derby.
Yeah.
Ascoli are here, and there are police everywhere. They know it. You can tell it's derby day just from walking the streets at the moment.
Exactly. Yeah.
Everyone's-
You can feel the passion miles away.
Home fans are worried about the police, so we do recommend get here about 90 minutes early, take this all in. Food trucks over there, and it's just amazing to be here.
Yeah.
Let's go. The Sambenedettese scarf. I spent 45 quid here, but it's not the scarf. I feel like I've robbed this place. The store was closed in the centre of the town today, but this is the third strip. It's actually quite a nice blue. There's some third strip. I'm going to put this on. Been to the store, got my kit. Let's go in. Filippo here is just telling me how this is a special night. E perché è speciale qui stasera?
Perché sono 40 anni che non si gioca questa partita e è la partita più importante per i tifosi, quindi
La storia,
sì.
E Samba in questo momento è difficile, no? Perché non ha vinto troppo. Coppa Italia però
fondamentale abbiamo vinto, il campionato abbiamo perso, oggi c'è la bella.
E stasera se vince questa partita Samba, che succederà?
Vediamo, non lo dico per scaramanzia.
Scaramanzia, va bene. Grazie Filippo.
Grazie.
What do you got there? What are they called?
Arrosticini.
Wow, detto giusto. Okay, you have 6 arrosticini.
6 arrosticini, they're local to the region,
Yeah.
so we're going to give it a try.
Però quanti deve mangiare per essere più pieno?
Almeno 30-40, almeno.
He reckons 30 or 40 you have to eat. Questo è un snack.
Per un buon italiano 30-40.
For a good Italian.
In quanto
Ok.
minuti?
Come?
In quanto minuti?
Quanti minuti?
Mezz'oretta?
Sì, mezz'ora, un'ora.
Mezz'ora?
massimo. Sì.
E il vino invece?
Il vino a volontà.
Ah, volontà.
Quanto ne vuoi?
As much as you want, mate. As much as you want. All right, eat it. How are they? Good?
Good. Chewy, nice meat,
Marinated?
marinated well.
Would you recommend these to the kind folk coming here?
Absolutely.
All right.
A nice pre-game snack.
It's an arrosticini win. Managed to get in, Emmett.
Yeah, just about.
The big derby, Samba against Ascoli, and look, there's no chance of getting a seat because it is chaos in here. The tension, cut it with a knife at times,
Yeah.
especially when Ascoli have the ball. But at least you got your beer.
Exactly. Seat numbers do not matter in this derby, but I got my beer. It's a good atmosphere. The place been not bad, but too far in the little.
And I tell you what, 13 euros it costs for 3 beers and 2 packets of crisps. Beat that.
Yeah, what's up with it?
Stadio Riviera della Palme. The helicopters are circling. Our weekend comes to an end.
Yeah.
But 10,000 screaming home fans was worth the trip alone, Emmett.
Yeah, the atmosphere was immense.
I mean, besides the result, it was all about the historical nature of this game and in a town that most people wouldn't even think to come to on a weekend.
I mean, the derby with Ascoli hadn't been played in the league for nearly 40 years, so this was a monumental night.
And then add to that, aside from the game, the food,
Yeah.
what you can see in this city,
Yeah, exactly.
the 2 days that we've covered. I mean, overall, how would you rate it against some of the other cities that we've been to?
Yeah.
Marche as a region, the food, I mean,
Yeah.
it's up there.
Yeah, if you love seafood, this is the place to come.
Seafood, and it's got good arrosticini,
Exactly.
All right.
Yep.
and I guess in terms of local produce, local wines, local liqueurs, drinks, and how cost effective it is here. To get into this game was under 17 euros.
Yeah.
Beers at 3 euros when you enter the stadium.
Yeah.
On top of that, all the food in the restaurants.
Yeah, exactly. It's slightly off the beaten path in terms of, Calcio.
Flying into Ancona or
Exactly.
Pescara.
It's not necessarily somewhere you would think to go, but it's definitely worth a trip. The fans are great. The food's exquisite, as you already said. It's got its own distinct regional flavour. Would definitely recommend it.
Yeah, I'm sure the guys in the helicopters love the food here, and it's a great place to pair up 3rd division, 2nd division, 4th division football, Ancona,
Yeah.
San Benedetto, Pescara.
Pescara, yeah.
This is the Adriatic Sea, the Stadio Riviera della Palme in San Benedetto del Tronto. We recommend it. Remember, Destination Calcio here on the ground, boots on the ground.
And please subscribe to us on our YouTube channel, hit us up on our Instagram, and visit destinationcalcio.com for more insider information and tips.
Destination is San Benedetto del Tronto.